Hi, I'm Rachel Wrigley, Communications Assistant here at the Lowry. Last week I caught up with Claire Stewart, Curator of the Lowry Collection, and we talked about our latest exhibition, L.S. Lowry, The Art and the Artist. It's called L.S. Lowry,
The Art and the Artist, yes. And we've got more works by Lowry on display than before, and we've got room for a lot more information about Lowry and some of his interests and some of his connections with other artists than we had before as well. So it's great. There'll be lots more to see in the museum.
Brilliant. The galleries have just had like a total revamp, haven't they? So the actual physical space is going to be so much bigger.
That's right. We've changed the location of where you can find our Lowry paintings. And we've rethemed the galleries a bit, so there'll be new combinations of works for people to see. There are new loans which have come in, which people won't have seen before. And as I say, there'll be lots of lovely graphics in another space giving more information about Lowry and his life and career. And you'll be able to see the whole thing finished by the 13th of June.
Brilliant.
That's when we open.
So we'll be able to find out much more about him as a person.
That's right. It gives us the opportunity to look at certain aspects of his career that we weren't able to delve into in very much depth before. So you'll be able to find out a bit more about Lowry and his sort of interest as a collector of art himself, and other artists that he liked and wanted to buy work by. We'll also find out a little bit more about some of his contemporaries in 20th century British art who were maybe thinking about some of the same themes that attracted Lowry, but the works that they produce look completely different, but they're sort of tackling similar interests, areas of interest.
So there's the opportunity to kind of compare him against
That's
what was
right,
happening
yes.
at that time.
So we give you a few sort of examples of what was going on at the same time. And we had the chance to look a little bit at Lowry and how important Salford was to him, because he moved to the area around the time Robert Roberts, the author, was growing up in Salford. And Robert's memoirs of the city at that time are just really sort of vivid and interesting, and they sort of give you a sense of what it was like, at the time when Lowry moved here.
Brilliant. So how do you go about choosing what goes into this exhibition? Because the collection's huge, isn't it?
Well, the collection's about 400 works altogether. Lots of them works on paper, so drawings and pastels and watercolours and things. But we always try and supplement that with loans that are coming in from either other public collections or from private individuals who own works by Lowry. So we've got some really lovely new loans for people to see, including a painting of the Library buildings in Liverpool, which hasn't been on public display for almost 30 years. So that's a terrific painting. I think that'll look great on the walls. And we've also got a couple of paintings which have come in on loan, and they relate to drawings that we have in the collection. So for the first time, possibly ever, you'll be able to see the drawing next to the finished painting.
Is that, we've got one of the going to the match?
That's right, we've got the painting which belongs to the Professional Footballers Association, which they've very kindly had on loan to us here for a number of years now, and they recently purchased a small preparatory drawing for that painting. So again, you'll be able to see the two works next to each other, which is, that'll be the first time that's happened.
So you're able to see like the process.
Exactly, and the initial sketch is just tiny little sort of scribbled lines really, and from that you get this large, what's become one of his most iconic paintings. So it's fascinating to see the process really.
Yeah. So have you got a favourite work that's going up into this exhibition?
Well, it is nice to see that
really
drawing and that painting together actually. The Going to Match is pretty good, the Library buildings is just a lovely picture, and then there are some things from our own collection that's just always nice to see out. There are one or two drawings that he made from the Royal Technical College windows looking over Peel Park, and he was a student at the Royal Technical College, and they're really striking drawings, so we've got those out. And then there's all the sort of pictures that people expect to see here at the Lowry, so we've got Coming from the Mill, we've got his large industrial landscape on display, so lots of old favourites and lots of new things as well really.
Brilliant, thank you so much.
You're welcome.